Well collected, Wendy Joy. Love, light, and positivity every day. I wanted to let you know that you should always keep in the forefront of your mind, no matter what comes your way, whether it be a task or a joy, a dilemma, or a fun time, right? But that you should be in control of your thoughts, that you should be making sure that your thoughts are of high vibration, positivity, and forward motion, that you are walking the walk and talking the talk and thinking the think. Silly, right? I know. But when we're moving in one direction and our thoughts are carrying us in the opposite direction, then unintentionally the universe is going to drop down our vibration in order to harness the negativity or the scarcity or the stagnicity or the fear that you may be thinking about or processing within your thoughts. So, if any of those situations ever come your way, or I should say, when they come your way, because we all know they will, right? You need to immediately associate that as a mindset that you no longer have, that you've already accepted, forgiven, and let go, and that you are now in a new timeline with a whole new mindset that's bringing you where you need to be. And when you align your thoughts with your motion, your forward direction, then the universe most certainly will provide to you your destined manifestation. Do you know what I mean? Like what you've been putting your aligned thoughts and feelings into regarding the motion or the direction in which you are applying energy, right? So where motion is enforced, energy follows, or vice versa. I'm a little bit backwards today, but that's okay. Because that just means that I need to make sure that as I stand in a balanced, harmonized spot, right? Transmuting the thoughts and the feelings that may come across my path, right? That may not be in the direction in which I am going. That I understand, I accept, I forgive, I let go. I gave it to the ultimate one. I have jumped timelines. Have you jumped timelines? If you have, don't second guess, don't doubt, and just keep in mind, because I was reminded again today, that divine timing is always in play. And even though things would have been, maybe more exciting and beneficial on a superficial level, honestly, for me anyway, to have all of the promotions and all of the celebrity shout out video and the interaction between the masses with what my marketing team put together for me. If that would have come through when I thought it would have held excitement and joy, but it was delayed and put off, or at least I'm not aware of where it may be showing. That's why I had asked if you see any promotion about me to please let me know. In any event, unfortunately, I come to find out that divine timing is not just for me, but it's also for the other party as well. And it really always is. Free will and the interaction between interconnectivity doesn't link you necessarily on the same page. You could be pages away from each other, and there could be unforeseen reasons that you're not aware of. Like in my case, right? I'm used to being handled in a certain manner by the partner I chose to invest my future in, right? They don't always know what 24 hours is. They don't always schedule things when they are going to knowingly be available. Okay? And I understand life steps in all the time. And this is just the latest example of that same scenario. I ask a bunch of questions and I'm told one thing, and then it's actually almost a week later. But then again, the my spirit team, put across my news feed on my YouTube channel, well, on YouTube, right, that there's wildfires in California. And that's the location in which I'm dealing the company I'm speaking of. Now, I feel like a real heel, actually. And I'll be honest and say that. Because I let those thoughts come across my mind, and as I process them, accept them, and let them go, I also decided that if the other party wasn't going to reach out, that I could very well do that. And I could do that with grace and tact. And, I said outright, with the exception of major disaster, you could have at least left me a note, an email, a text, anything saying communication is going to be delayed. See, I like communication. But not everybody does. And I also was just reminded that even though different scenarios could be playing out in different existences, like I'm not in California, I'm not in the middle of the wildfires. I don't know how far their reach is or what their detriment is. And I didn't even know that there was wildfires in California until Linda, this girl I watch, right? I like her. She says, oh, well, yes, I'm okay. I live in California and I'm fine. And I was like, well, what could be wrong? Is there another earthquake? And then she said fire. And I was like, ugh. And then across my news feed came blazing fire in California. And I was like, ooh, yikes. You know what I mean? So I kind of put my foot in my mouth without knowing all of this situation. But the moral to that story is that if you don't put yourself out there, if you don't extend yourself, if you don't do what you know you should be doing, right? Even if it's just reconnecting to say, I'm still here, I'm working on it, I didn't forget about you. To me, that's the way business is supposed to work. At least that's how I work my business. Well, every job I've ever had, I've been in charge. And because of that, I always made sure that everybody around me was fully aware of what was going on, because life does happen all the time. I would get interrupted constantly, but remember where my place was and go back to it after, I handled that intrusion or, urgent need, if you will, right? And then went back and, if I missed the time frame, I always made it a call to phone. And this was before computers were so relevant where, everybody was connected to one. The old-fashioned way. Who knows? But what I do know is that I understand that everything does happen in divine time, right when it was supposed to for all parties involved. However, I'm not just going to sit and let the world pass me by and, think that maybe out of sight, out of mind, because my business ethic is different, apparently, from the majority of big businesses that are pretty much geared toward their bottom line. Where my bottom line isn't so much, having it all, being in power, conquering, conquest, right? Not that theirs is, but I'm just saying, right? Usually when you talk about larger Corporations, they have more of a hold on a lot of different things, we'll just say, right? They have their hands on stuff. So my bottom line is you, and my bottom line is me. And when I'm known and I'm exposed, and everybody, is aware that if they've got an issue or something that they can't quite work out, that easily they could come to me and I would be able to illuminate those points that they're missing that need to be worked on, forgiven most likely, because unfortunately the biggest pain that hinders us we don't see regularly because it was something that has been embedded in us from the past. Ugh, my nose. So that's the divine letting me know that if you've got any kind of past hurt or disconnect because of one thing or another, to please reach out and let me know, because I'm really, really good at putting pieces together, connecting the dots, filling in the blanks, seeing what other people just can't see. And not only can I do that for everyone that I come in contact with, whether I want to see or not, I'll just put that out there, I can do that with me. And I've been evolving over my life to such a position where not only can I see what could affect me negatively by what's around me and know how to transmute and change and refocus and adapt, but my body is getting stronger from the inside out in every category of my frame. And let me tell you that I had no idea that my inner thigh muscles were as weak as they are. I said that to my daughter, and she just looked at me like I was insane as I crouched down into a position and then kind of raised myself, looking to strengthen the inside of my muscles. She's like, "Mother," and I'm like, "What? Do you do that? Do you just, wherever you are, if you need to stretch, do you stretch?" I do. I've been told about that for a long, long time. But that's alright. That's alright. It's just another reason that makes me, pretty much the real deal. Because I'm not afraid to do, to say, to be what I know I need to do, to say, to be in order to achieve. And I can show that to you too. Sometimes what's the simplest answer seems to be the hardest thing to grasp yourself around, like that choice thing and sticking to it. But whatever you do today, my lovely collective, keep your thoughts positive and forward, and keep your momentum in a loving, giving, achieving, just by being manner. And you will soon see, when you are completely aligned, that everything will flow easily and effortlessly as it's always meant to be. I love you. Blessed be.